I am so excited to be reviewing yet another foundation for you today. This is the new Givenchy Glow Serum Foundation. Let's take a look at this, let's talk about this, let's apply this, and let's do a wear test today. I do film in natural light, and so I will take this wear test for as long as the sun allows me to, but I will be able to fit in a good 8 or 9 hours. I did wear this yesterday. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get it on my face. I actually did a side by side. I had this foundation on one side of my face and I used the new Dior Hydra Nude on the other side of my face because they reminded me so much of each other. I'll get into that a little bit more later on. Spoiler alert, I guess I'll spill all the beans, although we will be doing a wear test today just so I can show you what it looks like throughout the day and at the end of the day. But this went beyond 10 hours. I think I was at the 10.5 hour mark and it looked freshly applied and beautiful and gorgeous. So, not to give it all away, but we'll still be doing our wear test today. So let's take a look at this bottle and talk about the claims. Here is this gorgeous bottle, very beautiful packaging. Gorgeous. Now, this foundation has already been available in other parts of the world prior to it being released in North America. So if you've already tried this foundation, please do let me know in the comments below what you think of it. This foundation is $61 US and $82.50 Canadian. Its claims are that it is lightweight, serum infused, skincare infused, medium buildable coverage, natural finish, and improves the skin over time. It also has hyaluronic acid and ceramides squeezed in here. For reference, my skin type is normal. Sometimes I can get a little oily, and if I do, it'll be in the T-zone, but nothing crazy, and not always. And also sometimes I can experience some dryness, but again, from time to time is not a consistent thing. So for the most part, I have normal skin, just for reference. When I review foundations, I only prime one side of my face. That way I can see if the primer affects it in any way, if it's necessary in any way, and see what the difference is with and without primer. Today I'm using the Tom Ford Soft Matte Primer on this side of my face. While the primer settles down a little bit, I am going to shake this up. You're supposed to shake it, and I will apply it to the non-prime side first. I got shade 2N. This one was another hard one to choose, and at first it looks very, very light. Just 2 pumps on there. And just to show you the consistency, it's quite a runny foundation. BK Beauty 101, and I'm gonna get that on there. When I'm first applying it, it looks a little bit light, and at first I thought, darn. But it does in the end all work out. I think 2N is pretty good for me. Could I go up a smidge? Maybe. And I would love to be able to swatch in store to see what the differences would be, but I think 2N will work for now. So I'm only going to apply to this side of my face just so that you can see the difference. And oh, I did want to tell you, this has a lovely fragrance. If you don't like fragrance in your makeup, then you won't like it, but it's this like fresh, light, almost not baby powdery, but it's a very light, fresh scent that I love. It smells really good. I did forget to mention also, what's wrong with me? I have my eye makeup done today. I have my concealer on, and that is all. We have it applied on one side of the face. This side has nothing, just primer. And this is a side with the Givenchy. I don't find this to be a glowy foundation at all. It feels really nice on the skin. It is a little bit tacky, and we don't like it tacky, but I can tell you from wearing it yesterday that it did settle down. It did work out in the end. So tacky at first, give it a little bit and it will dry down. Not fully, but enough for it to not bother me. It looks very nice, it looks very natural, and it feels like I have applied skincare. That's basically what it feels like. Feels very lightweight. Great. No complaints. Let's move on and get this foundation on this side of my face and balance myself out. I think it looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous upon first application, and then it settles into your skin, kind of becomes one with your skin, and it looks stunning. When I wore this yesterday, I didn't wear any primer with it at all. And I'm finding the primer side a little bit, like going on a little bit streaky at first. Like I can work it out and it's fine in the end. It doesn't look bad, but I could tell there was like a different application experience on the prime side. So that is very, very good to know. Just make sure I get it down my neck as well. Foundation lips. Get a little this on because I'm looking a little funny. Okay, foundation has been applied on both sides of my face. Everything is looking smooth. Everything is looking gorgeous. Everything is looking very natural. So this does have a natural finish. Still a little bit of attack, but nothing concerning me at all. I am going to powder today, but only one side of my face, the primed side, and I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Evolution powder in the shade Pink. Beautiful powder, just a little bit messy. The component's a little bit messy and it can get kind of all over the place, but it's gorgeous. Just a light dusting of powder. I just want to check out the difference between a powdered side and a non-powdered side. I'm not going to add any bronzer. I'm not going to add any blush. I just want to leave the foundation as it is and see what it does throughout the day. That way we can get a really good idea without any interference from a blush and bronzer and highlight, etc. Let's see what these claims were and if I can tell you yay or nay on at least some of them. So lightweight, definitely I can tell you it's lightweight. Serum infused, yeah, I can feel that. It's very skincare-like feeling when it goes on, but it kind of ends up just looking like a natural foundation, even though it feels kind of skincare-y at first. It does feel very hydrating, definitely. Medium coverage, yeah, I would say definitely it's a medium coverage. I love me a medium coverage foundation. What else? Buildable, yeah, it's buildable, and I can't tell you if it improves my skin over time because I can't tell you if it improves my skin over time. Okay, yeah, so far all of the claims that I can verify at this point seem to be true. No lies there. Okay, the wear test has officially begun, but I do want to take the opportunity right now to talk to you about this new Givenchy foundation in comparison to the Dior Hydra Nude because they are very, very similar. The Dior I wear in 2.5N, and as I mentioned, this foundation today I'm wearing in 2N, but I am going to pump them on the back of my hand side by side just so you can see a comparison in the consistency. One pump of each. This one is the Dior. They're both kind of runny. They have the same sort of consistency. And I'm going to start spreading the Dior out. And it feels, you know, very, very lightweight, just like the Givenchy. And now I'm going to spread out the Givenchy. All right, so from here I can see the Givenchy is a little bit lighter. The 2.5 and with the Dior is bang on for me. So I think I can go a little bit darker with the Givenchy if we are shade twins. They both feel so beautiful and they both look so very natural on the face. They have almost the exact same finish. When I wore these yesterday, I wore them side by side, and when everything was said and done, you could not tell that I was wearing two different foundations at all. I kept on asking my husband, kept on asking my daughter, does it look like I'm wearing two foundations? Does it look like I'm wearing two foundations? And they kept on saying, no, don't ask us again, please. But this is what I noticed when applying them. The Dior is a little bit thinner. It goes on a little bit thinner when you first apply it, and then you have to build it up. Although it doesn't take much to build up to what you get right off the bat from the Givenchy. That is really and literally the only difference that I saw between these two foundations on my face side by side because I was so curious. My skin looks so good right now. It really does. I love the way it looks. All right, before I go off and do my day, I want to just check in on the stickiness. Just a slight tack, even on the powdered side. Even on the powdered side, I can still feel like a juiciness. a juiciness. It doesn't look flat at all. It almost just gave it a little bit of a powdered veil, but the properties of the foundation are still coming through. So no issues there. So gonna go do my day. I'll be back in around 4 hours. It's 4 hours in now, and let's take a look at our face, and everything is still looking gorgeous. No difference between the primed and powdered side and the non-primed and powdered side. Everything is looking smooth. Everything is looking exactly like it did when I first applied it. Still the same beautiful coverage that I love so much. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Everything is looking fantastic. I am going to say this, and I can't remember if I already mentioned it. This is supposed to be a glowy foundation. I don't find it to be a glowy foundation. I find it to be like a natural looking foundation. It's not like a matte foundation, but it's not very glowy in any way in my eyes, on my skin. I just see a beautiful and natural finish. Now, in terms of the tack, that has almost completely gone. From the side we didn't powder, very slight tack that is of no concern for me personally, given how much I dislike that. So I will be back for a final check-in. It is the final check-in. I'm not quite at 8 hours yet, I have to be honest. And the reason I don't mind doing this final check-in prior to 8 hours, we're just creeping up onto 8 hours, is because I did wear this yesterday, and I'm telling you, I went well past the 10-hour mark. I think I mentioned around 10 and a half hours. It may have even been 11 hours. So I'm not concerned that I'm cutting this a little bit short. Everything looked perfect. Everything looked perfect, just like it does today. We are looking great, okay? We are looking exactly the same way as we did when we first applied. On the side that we didn't powder, everything has dried down, and there's a slight little tack, like I mentioned. It doesn't completely dry down 100%, but I would say we're at 90%. So that is not a concern for me. We have a beautiful, beautiful medium coverage still. Everything is smooth and naturally perfected. It's so lightweight, so hydrating, so comfortable, smoothing. This isn't a glowy foundation. I thought it was going to be a little bit glowier. It's not matte, but it's not shiny in any way. So this is the primed and powdered side, and this is the non-primed and powdered side. Everything looks the same. I really don't think you need to use a primer in order to be able to use this foundation to give it any longevity at all. But if you're oily, you might benefit from that. And also you would benefit from a light powdering. That's all I would say about that. Did I need to powder? No. Do I like the powdered side a little bit more? Yeah, I mean, maybe, probably. I would probably do a light dusting with this. When I wore it yesterday, I wore a liquid bronzer and a cream blush, and I didn't powder at all, and it wasn't a problem. But like I said, if you do have oily skin, I would powder this. But overall, there's no difference on my normal skin on how it looks or how it wears at all. I love this foundation. I love it just as much as I love the Dior Hydra Nude. I don't know which one I love more. I really don't. I'm going to have to continue using them so I can pick one. But do I really need to pick one? Honestly, I think they're neck and neck. Like, they are identical in my eyes. I mean, I wore them side by side yesterday, and you could not tell. Go and check out my post. I think I posted on Instagram for sure. And yes, I did post it in the community tab, and you cannot tell. You really can't. So I don't know. I hope no one forces me to decide between the two, because that'll be a really, really hard one. Like I said, the Dior one is just a little bit lighter. You have to build it up a little bit more. This one, you have a little bit more coverage off the bat. But I love this. So long lasting, naturally, beautifully perfected complexion. It's lovely. It is lovely. Let me know your thoughts below. Have you tried this already? Are you thinking about picking it up? If you have tried it, please let me know if you've had the same experience as I have. I really hope you found this review helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next one, which will be a trying new makeup video. I will feature the Givenchy in that video as well, but I have the new Westman Atelier bronzers, and I do have one of the new Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, and well, I'm wearing it today, but let's try it all on together in my next video. So make sure you're subscribed. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you hopefully in the next one. Bye.